This country faces a momentous choice. We can either continue with the same old failed can-kicking approach, destroying trust in politics, sapping business confidence, or else we can change, get back our mojo, restore this country's reputation around the world, and put ourselves on the path to long-term success. And the way to do that is to get Brexit done by October the 31st, unite our country with more money for our schools, more police on the beat, full fibre broadband for all, and make our case to the people again with renewed power and conviction that to have fantastic infrastructure and public services, you must have a dynamic market economy, because that is how we beat the semi-Marxist wealth and job-destroying lunacy of Jeremy Corbyn and the Labour Party. Now, someone who's campaigned for Brexit and who believes in it and who has a plan to unite this country and who has long experience of beating the Labour left, I believe I'm the right person to unleash on this project, and I hope I can count on your support.
As a tough negotiator, I'll deliver Brexit, but so much more. I'll be the first Prime Minister to have been an entrepreneur, and I'll use that experience to fire up our economy. The first Prime Minister to have run the NHS, and like I did there, will reform and fund our vital public services. I'm the Foreign Secretary who will invest in our brilliant armed services so that we walk tall in the world, and the first Prime Minister for half a century to have won a marginal seat. So I know how to get young people to support our party. In poll after poll, I'm the public's preferred choice for Prime Minister, because I appeal not just to those who already vote Conservative, but those we need to win. And to those watching at home, I'll be your Prime Minister, whoever you vote for, as I bring together our amazing United Kingdom. If you don't get us out of the EU by the 31st of October, will you resign?
We're going to come out on October the 31st. And I think anybody who goes into this negotiation proposing yet again to kick the can down the road will, I think, run the risk of forfeiting trust with the electorate and also undermining our negotiating position in Brussels.
Could you answer Mr Hunt's question?
Delay does not deliver a deal.
Julia,
a deadline will deliver a deal. And we must stick to that deadline.
I think it's a no. And what we've got is someone who says it's do or die for the country.
I'm sorry. I think what we have with
I asked you if you'd resign, Boris.
What I have with my opponent is somebody...
Will you resign if you don't deliver it, yes or no?
My opponent is clearly not committed to coming out of the EU on October the 31st.
No, I just wanted to ask if you'd resign if you don't deliver it.
Right, gentlemen, it won't... Excuse me, gentlemen, sorry, can I just say, it will not help if you speak over one another.
No, I understand.
So please, could you respond to the question that Mr Hunt has put to you, Mr Johnson, and then you can respond, Mr Hunt.
I think it's very, very important not to envisage any circumstances in which we would fail to come out of the EU on October the 31st. I don't want to hold out to the EU the prospect that they might encourage my resignation by refusing to agree a deal.
Mr Hunt accepts there is a cost to no deal. Do you?
Well, I certainly think that badly handled, a no-deal, a disruptive no-deal Brexit could be costly. But the crucial thing, and I think everybody is agreed on this in the Conservative Party, the crucial thing is to prepare. So we can get rid of... This is a great country.
How costly?
Well, it's vanishingly inexpensive if you prepare.
If Parliament rules out a no-deal Brexit, would you be prepared to prorogue or suspend Parliament to get to the ends that you want to see?
Well, I think when that's happened in the past, when Parliament's been shut down against its will, we've actually had a civil war. And I think it would be a rather curious thing to do if this is about taking back control for Parliament to actually shut it down. So my answer to that is no. How about you, Boris?
Well, I'm not going to take anything off the table any more than I'm going to take no deal
so no answer.
Off the table.
Mr Johnson, straight to the point over President Trump's comments about both the Prime Minister and the UK's ambassador to the US. What's your stance?
Well, look, I have a very good relationship with the White House, and I'm very proud of what I was able to build up during my time as Foreign Secretary. I think it's very important that we should have a close friendship, a close partnership with the United States. They're our most important ally. I think the single most important geostrategic fact of the last 100 years has been the closeness between the US and the UK.
What do you make of what he said?
I don't think, he was dragged into a British political debate in a way he sometimes is. I don't think that's necessarily the right thing for him to do as Jeremy has said, but let's
So
face
is
it.
he wrong to make
let's
those
face
comments?
it, our relationship with the US is of fantastic importance.
What one quality do you most admire in your opponent as a future Prime Minister?
Well, I've worked very well with Jeremy over many years. I think I greatly admire his ability to change his mind on and campaign for Brexit now, and I think that's a very important attribute.
Well, I really admire Boris's ability to answer the question. He has this great ability. You ask him a question, he puts a smile on your face, and you forget what the question was. It's a brilliant quality for a politician. Maybe not a Prime Minister, though.